You know, for bad sci-fis, I actually enjoy this one. I've seen it multiple times. It's a remake of Forbidden World, which is a far better film, but we'll get to that one soon. For now, let's run through 1991's Dead Space, not to be confused with the zombie video games or animated films. This movie starring a young Bryan Cranston and one of my 80s faves, Marc Singer. It also starts out with an experiment killing a lab technician, a very stable formula. Steve Krieger, who's played by Marc Singer, is sitting in a sauna on a spaceship when suddenly they receive a pretty bad distress call.
We've had an accident. It's out of control. We need help. We've had an accident.
Then we get a space battle with 3 starships attacking. Seriously, it's the same footage from other Rodger movies. And then Tinpan, his robot sidekick, tells him good shot when Tinpan's the one firing. Also, he malfunctions later and gets a good shot in the arm, and then he's fixed.
Fire, 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 fire.
Thanks.
On the Fabon Planet Research Facility, freelance controller Krieger answers the distress call. They tell him everything's fine and they do experiments there that they couldn't do on Earth, which is right out of Forbidden World. Next, we have a boardroom meeting where we meet everyone, including this guy with a terrible shirt.
Excuse me. Should've been looking where I was going.
It's all right. Aren't you headed the wrong way?
Just gotta go to my room and get some stuff.
Tim, don't leave.
Seriously, he should die for thinking that's fashionable. And I wear Star Wars t-shirts out to dinner.
As we all know, our objective here on Fabon is to find a cure for the Delta 5 virus.
Marissa and I have discovered that the only way to combat an aggressive virus like Delta 5 is to create an even more aggressive virus.
So basically they're trying to create a virus to kill another virus. Sounds like safe work. They end up creating a metamorphic mutant, whatever the hell that is.
A metamorphic mutant changes its genetic structure, mutating as it grows.
They go to the lab where it's in a cocoon and it breaks out of the glass right up this girl's nose. And their solution is to close up all the vents because that's where it escaped through. Wheeler and Dr. Marissa Salinger was a survivor of Astrolab 6. It was nuked because of a similar situation. I like the "this is my room" guy.
This is my room.
Terrible shirt guy then offers a massage to a reluctant girl who later regrets the implied sex that they had.
Try to relax.
Never heard that one before.
We find out Bryan Cranston has the Delta 5 virus and is dying. The doctor notices the classic symptoms of nervousness and increased heart rate. That couldn't be anything else. Now, I don't know about you, but I hear the most comfortable sleeps you can have are in tight spandex. And that's what Marissa's doing here. Well, she's also having a sex dream about Krieger, the guy she just met. I guess they had to fit a love scene in there somehow. Also, sleeping on top of the covers in front of a stranger who only has a robot for a companion.
You alright?
Yeah, I'm all right.
That's okay.
Well, thank God it was a nightmare. Through the bed. You have a monster on the loose and no one checked under the bed. Oh, I can't forget my terrible shirt. I wear it every day. The handheld camera movement in this unentertaining moving around this room is actually making this scene quite intense, so good choice. Also, the monster's a lot bigger now, and they're shooting it with a gun, but it has very little effect. So you gotta remember, it's not just a monster, it's a virus, and you have to kill it at a cellular level. So bullets aren't gonna do that. Whatever, it escapes outside. Krieger gets dressed for the harsh planet environment, where he's told 20 minutes of exposure will start to deteriorate his suit, and then he'll start experiencing symptoms of narcosis, a high, and then it will kill him. Alright, well that makes sense, except he's wearing goggles and his face is exposed, so it's gonna protect nothing.
What's your problem? I mean, it's obvious. This guy is an idiot.
My problem is I can't believe I just slept with such a worm.
I can't believe you slept with him either. I mean, that shirt. Did he even take it off? Well, they're all watching him from the monitor, Krieger outside, even though he's gone pretty far away and the monitor should not be able to track that. And Krieger is shooting at the monster and he goes inside the cave to escape it, but then he runs into it again. Also, Tinpan has a fight with the monster. I'm pretty sure he loses. Jill, tired of looking at the monitor, decides to go out and help him. She shoots at the monster who escapes back into the facility. She probably shouldn't have stood by that hole. We learned that the virus carries every virus known to man, so shouldn't they all be dead or at least infected? I mean, we've got airborne viruses, blood splatter, when somebody gets bit.
We made a mistake. The virus, it carries disease. Every disease we've ever known.
The monster cocoons itself in the control room, just like in Forbidden World. And Tim's a coward, but karma doesn't get him.
What are you doing, Dad? Devon! What are you doing?
Dr. Emily is tired, so she's just gonna rest her head on this diseased corpse. Cranston figures that if the monster absorbs him and his Delta 5 virus, it will shut down all his immunity and kill it. I guess that makes sense. They all end up in the control room and are somehow surprised by this giant monster. Also, did Krieger just push his new girlfriend towards the monster?
No, don't do it.
Now guys, when lives are on the line and guns seem ineffective, grab a chair. But if you're gonna throw a chair, don't miss. Krieger picks up Cranston and literally feeds him to the monster, and the monster rips off his head and eats it. I'm not saying it was a bad idea, but morally questionable. After that, the monster smashes its head into a glass door 3 times and breaks through it and dies? And just when you thought you were safe, monster babies. Now me and Marissa have something in common. I often go to the med bay to cry. And then the monsters can use doors now, so they get in there. And she climbs on top of the diseased corpse. Also, Krieger gets bit. So... he should probably die from that, but whatever. They finally use a solution that works, that makes sense. Fire. Now they're back on the ship and Tinpan's fine. I guess maybe they punched him in the arm again and his body just repaired itself. So the two of them decide to go on a Shawn and I assume add maybe another love scene.
Let's go home.
This is my home.
Oh, that's awkward. Kind of feels like they're breaking up. This movie is bad, but it makes me laugh. I like its concepts even though they're not done that well. And it is a pale shadow in comparison to its predecessor, Forbidden World. And although I normally think of Singer as a better replacement for that role, he was not stealing any scenes in this one. It was probably not entirely his fault, the lines were bad, and he had a pretty lame companion. Still, he's a solid hero in this movie that would be nothing without him. So if you like bad sci-fis, give it a watch, but know that it's nowhere near as good as its predecessor. And as always, thanks for watching.